Hello and welcome to One Man's Collection. Today I'm looking at the Formula One Car Collection magazine number 32. This is the Jean-Pierre, oh man, I'm going to mess this up, Jabouille. I'm not sure how I'm pronouncing that correctly, but the Renault RS10 from 1979. And yes, I probably am mucking it up. Now you do get a 143 scale die-cast car, which is the main reason I actually collected all of these. I will show this car off at the end of going through the magazine. I will only basically go through the magazine without reading all the articles, but give you a general overview. So in this magazine, we're looking at the season is 1979 with the Renault. A technical focus on that car and the team. The circuit, though, for this magazine is the Autodromo 1Y Oscar Galvez, Argentinian track. I think I might have even got that name right, but who knows. And also the story so far is the 1981 first title for Nelson Piquet. So we are making our way through the years, and magazine 32, we're up to 1981 already. The Invisible Revolution. Renault scored their maiden Grand Prix victory in 1979 on home soil in France, and with a turbocharged car. The future had arrived, but few realised it. For Jean-Pierre too, it was the first victory of his F1 career. I'm not going to keep saying his name because I'm sure I'm getting it wrong. Alright, the season. First, never to be forgotten pole position. Jean-Pierre in the Renault recorded the best time during qualifying for the South African Grand Prix, ahead of the new Ferrari 312 T4 of Jody Scheckter and Gilles Villeneuve and Niki Lauda's Brabham Alfa Romeo. It was the first pole position for Renault and for a car with a turbocharged engine. Very good. I was too young to probably really pay much attention to the Formula One back in these days. John Watson in the British-built McLaren and battles it out with Hans Joachim Stuck in the German ATS. Both cars proved to be rather disappointing. Alright, Carlos takes the wrong road, convinced that Lotus were uncatchable. Thanks to the discovery of the application of ground effects, Carlos Reitman left Ferrari to take the wheel of the British car. Unfortunately for the Argentinian, Lotus found itself immersed in a long technical crisis while the Italian company won the world title with Jody Scheckter, the man upon the Enzo Ferrari to replace Reitman. Yeah, there you go. You leave and your replacement comes in and wins the championship. Love it. 1979 series, Renault's Jean-Pierre. James Hunt unexpectedly retired from the sport after the Monaco Grand Prix. In his place, Wolf hired a Finnish driver, Kiki Rosberg. Pictured there in the black and gold Olympus car. Very nice. Right, technical focus, Renault RS10. We have a open up section there with a X-ray drawing schematic. Engine in this is a rear longitudinal 90-degree V6 Renault 1.496cc, so just under 1.5 litre with 500 horsepower. Wow, 11,000 RPM, there you go. Dry sump, 600 kilo weight, well that's what they were required to be. Very nice. Pride of France, after a long apprenticeship with sports cars, the Formula 2 Series Seaters, Renault were now ready to take on a momentous leap into the top fight, armed with a car with a powerful V6 turbo engine. In the event, the cars were often super fast, but reliability remained a constant issue. Well, it's new technology, isn't it? Massive intakes on these things. Before devoting all of his attention to the top fight, Renault were obsessed with getting a win at the Le Mans 24 Hour after the unfortunate attempts in 1976 and 77. Success finally smiled on the French team in 78 when Didier Pironi and Jean-Pierre drove to the victory in the Alpine A442B with its turbocharged 2-litre Renault V6. The technical principles of this engine were the same as the engine used in the Grand Prix car. Yeah, there you go. All right, the circuit. This is the Argentinian circuit in Buenos Aires. I think I've played this particular track on video games. They're not in all of them, though. Buenos Aires, a racetrack with somewhat complex history. In 1989, it was renamed in honor of the local motorsport hero Oscar Alfredo Galvez. And from 2008, the name of the brother Juan was also added. There you go. From 53 to 98, it hosted 20 Formula One Argentine Grand Prix events, as well as one non-championship race in 1971. All right, the history so far, 1981, the Happy Gypsy Pips Williams pair. Okay, there's a word mouthful for you. Brabham's #1 driver, Brazilian Nelson Piquet, waged a season-long war with Williams. Duo Carlos Reitman and Alan Jones coming out on top by a single point at the very last race of the campaign for his maiden world title. Very good. 50 points down to 49 over Carlos in the Williams and Alan Jones in the Williams as well. He was the 1980 champion. Williams on 95 points, Brabham on 61, and Renault at 54 for the 1981 constructors. Next magazine is the Mica Salo 1999 Ferrari, and then the Ayrton Senna 1985 Lotus 97T in that same black and gold livery, which is actually really nice. All right, that's the magazine. Let's have a look at the car in more detail. Massive sidewalls on these. Plenty of advertising printed on it as well, and even a different coloured print down the bottom there. Air vents, your exhaust pipes poking out the back here. Looks like larger ones on the middle and smaller ones on the outside. I'm guessing turbo. Look at that wing. And that hangs way out. What are we running? Michelin tyres all round, yes. Seat belts, we do have a couple of blue ones in there. See if we can actually light that up. There we go. Okay, now it's actually not focusing. All right. It's good to have a light that I can actually shine on this finally. Very well done. Not a lot to it. Not a huge amount of advertising other than the parts of the car stuff there. I'll put that on the turntable, let you take a look in a little more detail without my hands getting in the way. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back next week with the Mica Salo Ferrari. Cheers. Bye.